Thank you very much. It is a pleasure that I'm here. I want to thank you, Joseph, for me to come here today and share with you my story, not only, of course, in I-FERN, but my story in network marketing. I won't be taking much of your time because I know we started a bit late. But as we started this presentation, I heard our president and CEO, Sato Mantan, telling us that wherever you are watching this video from, I'll make you rich. I'll tell you that's one of the catch that actually got me into this business, because sincerely speaking, if you find a very good network company, you will be rich. Secondly, before I start, I also want to share with you something to do with the language. Imagine for the last maybe 1 hour, you've been speaking in Tagalog. None of us, could listen, could understand Tagalog. But I'll be honest with you, because of the love of the business, we are able to follow. And if you asked me what you are talking about, I would easily tell you, because, I love the business. So today, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to tell you that after I finished college in 1993, I applied and joined security in my country in Uganda, where I worked for 10 years. Honestly speaking, I believe in this audience of 50-something people, there might be people also employed, working. Now, there is something that when people are employed have in common, and that's comfort. We normally get comfort because, we are assured of a check every end of the month. But, most people, and I believe all over the world, the check that we normally receive is never enough, considering the responsibilities that we get. So that's, for me, one reason. At my 10th year in the service, I decided I was going to quit. And when I decided to quit, I didn't know where I was going, but I knew, at some point I would find what to do. And indeed, I tried my life here and there until the year 2019, when I decided I was going to look for a networking company that I would be able to work with. I had been in the Philippines, previously, so I contacted one of my friends who actually connected me to I-FERN. You can imagine, I didn't know anybody in I-FERN, but someone connects me in I-FERN. From July of 2019, I started following up, videos, and I started, attending some of the events online that I would be able to find. And I was convinced that I-FERN was actually a good company. In 2020, before the COVID, in January, I traveled to the Philippines, and I was able to meet Sato Man, who actually allowed us to start I-FERN in Africa. Language aside, we were able to start. And the reason we were able to start and grow up to date is because we had the passion. We did not only have the passion, but we had the dream. And most people actually who are employed, I'll be honest with you, have dreams. But most of them actually live them as dreams. Because if you have a dream and did not work on your dream to become a reality, it will definitely keep a dream. Now, here, when I came to the Philippines, you can imagine in January, the world was still open. That was before the pandemic, the COVID. So in March, here in Uganda, the country closed down. If I never had a dream, I can be honest with you, I-FERN would also have closed. But amidst all the challenges but we have a dream that we believe that only in I-FERN we can be able to achieve. For us here in Africa, when we talk of success in I-FERN, we show videos. In the Philippines, you are lucky that you can actually take about an hour or so to go to Manila, and you're able to meet Upline Zacropace. You are able to meet, Alexis. You are able to meet people like, Marvin. This should be the reason why you should be able to know that indeed I-FERN can change anybody's life. For us in Africa, I will tell you, we are very much convinced. Not because, when we started, that we knew that actually even the products are good. We later came to find out that the products are actually superb. In Africa, we have very many testimonies about the products of I-FERN. Now, this gives us a plus, it gives us an edge over other companies, because whoever uses an I-FERN product, I can guarantee in 7 days, they are able to come back to whoever has supplied them, telling them how they have been able to get some changes in their conditions. So yes, we are traveling, we are moving with I-FERN because of its compensation plan. We are moving with I-FERN because it has the best products. And of course, among other things, the best uplines, the best leadership. And then from there, we are able to have the best president and CEO who is not only good to the Filipinos, but who has even said he wants to share prosperity globally through entrepreneurship. So as entrepreneurs, we say, look here, we may have not been born from well-off families, but I-FERN can change our lives because the system is already tested. So what I can say, ladies and gentlemen, we have no option. If we have dreams, we need to work on our dreams. And the only way to work on our dreams is to be able to be patient. Imagine, you take about 15 to 18 years in school to graduate, because you want to look for employment. You work for another maybe 30 to 35 years, then you go on pension. Even when you go on pension, most people still have mortgage to pay for 30 years. But you find that someone is not willing to give 2 years to I-FERN, okay? Call it suffering if you want, but to me, I don't call the 2 years I put in I-FERN, I am actually investing in I-FERN, I'm investing in my business so that after 2 years, I am able to live a better life. People in employment, like I was before, will always tell you, oh, I'm comfortable, or I'm this because I drive in a company car, maybe I stay in a company house. But trust me, that house at the end of the day will be given someone else. This is for sure. That car that you are driving at some point will be allocated to someone else. But look here in I-FERN, you are able to work, put in your time, be with your family, work with your family members. Imagine there's also a family package. And then you are able to get your own house. You are able to get to drive your own car. I will tell you, if we all can agree and give our time to I-FERN, wherever we come from, our lives, our families' lives will be able to change. But I'll tell you, we are good at talking. We are not good at investing our time. We don't need a lot of money to do I-FERN. All we need in I-FERN is time. So when you ask me, Patrick, where do you see yourself? I'll tell you for sure, if 100 people in the Philippines, someone like Sir Lopez, Upline Lopez can be able to drive, a Ferrari. How about me, who is in Africa, where we have 1.1 billion people? And how about you, who is in the Philippines, who is among 7.7 billion people all over the world? This, I can tell you, if we are able to understand and to be able to give our time to I-FERN, not only are we going to be doing ourselves good, but we'll be doing God's work, because God does not want his people to suffer. I will hold you responsible, those people in the meeting tonight, if you are not able to go out and share this good news of I-FERN to the rest of the world, because you are lucky that you have been able to get this information faster than any other person. Don't sit on this information. Kindly share this information to the rest of the people all over the world so that you are able to do God's work, so that you are able to share, to help someone get from their condition, get from their situation to live a better life. As I end, I want to tell you a simple story. In Uganda, in the early 90s, before China, was so open to the world, the few people would travel to China to bring some merchandise to Uganda. I'll tell you, one of the guys was able to approach a professor in one of the best universities in Uganda, actually in Africa, called Makerere, whom he knew he had some money. And he told him, sir, can you please get me this kind of amount of money? I want to go to China because their goods in China are cheaper. I bring them to Africa. Now, this professor gentleman asked this young man who was trying to borrow money from him that you not go to school. And even if you went to school, you do not speak Chinese. How are you going to communicate when you get to China? Therefore, I cannot be able to help you, but because even if I gave you my money would get, would be stolen from you, because how are you going to communicate? This is the reason why I normally, when I talk to the elite, I'll tell them, let's not reason too much. When you get an opportunity, you should be able to grasp it and understand it, because it's not about the language. It's not about where that opportunity comes from. It's about your dream. When you have a dream, no matter which route you will take, you will be able to get to your dream. And that's why I will tell you, all over the world, people who have dropped out of school, the majority are the successful ones. People who have been employed, people who studied and graduated, most of them are not doing very well because they always think they need, rocket science to change their lives. And that's the reason, even today, when some people in this, in the audience today, when they talk of, how I-FERN can change their lives, they still doubt. They still think for someone to change their lives, something big must happen. They still think maybe Jesus should come back for them to change their lives. I want to assure you, I-FERN can change your life because I-FERN has already changed people's lives. I want to thank you once again, our uplines, for this opportunity. I want to thank our President and CEO, Sato Mantan, and Madam Kim for this great opportunity. And I will tell you, let's keep sharing the good news. Let's keep on sharing and helping people to get out of their condition and situation so that the world is a better place for everyone to live. I thank you, and I wish all of you the best. Good night.
No wind that we can break, no dreams that we can chase, no fall that we